Let's see if Zeke has a panic attack over my haircut, or if he even joined. The guy's pretty world renowned for not joining. So
I'm just gonna, don't mind me, I'm gonna be on.
yeah, boys.
Did you cut your hair too? Shut
No
the
way.
fuck up. He shaved his head.
No way.
Yeah, boys.
If you're
This
not
is the
careful.
shortest my hair has been in
Hey, we
years.
can shave Zeke's head on the podcast.
Should we shave it right
Really?
now?
I've got clippers.
You got clippers?
I'm not even kidding. I can shave your head on the podcast, dude.
Should we do it?
Dude, yeah, just shave it while you're having a casual conversation.
Just me walking out.
Dude, I cut it for my new surf film. You don't know about it?
No.
It's called Get a Haircut.
Shut the fuck up.
It's the Ben Gravy Surfboards movie, and it's premiering in Florida on the 14th.
No way. I'll be back the 13th.
2 years in the making. You wouldn't come to Florida, though.
Best friends don't let best friends get haircuts.
Why?
Bad haircuts.
I don't know. It's a punk rock song.
Who sings it?
Give me a second.
Dude, I will say, we might be thinking that our service is bad, but this service is way better than when you were in Western Australia.
It is, right?
It's way better, dude.
Honestly, West Oz was horrible, but thanks to my new producer, Mason, his laptop is insane. My phone wasn't cutting it.
Where'd you pick this guy up?
He's from Canada, but he's been out here in Indonesia running the White Monkey Surf Shop for years.
No way. What part of Canada?
Vancouver.
Island.
Vancouver.
Yeah, nice, dude.
Yeah, rips snowboarding, dirt bikes, drives a tractor. He's good friends with Johnny Hamchak, legend.
Well, nice to meet you, dude.
Nice to meet you too, man.
So,
Big fan.
yeah, he's a big fan.
Thank you.
And, bro, a lot's gone down. I haven't talked to you in weeks.
Yeah, we really kind of dropped the ball on our podcast, huh?
It wasn't we. It was me. I'll take full accountability.
What are you rocking right now? What's that? Is that like a soccer jersey or something?
Yeah, Rusty did a collab. You ever heard of Real Madrid, the soccer team?
No, but it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's a famous league in Europe. Rusty did a collab with Real Madrid. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a Rusty jersey. Real Madrid's like a huge soccer league.
I wouldn't know, dude.
I know. Is my voice all right? It sound like I've been doing like heroin.
Dude,
and
you're doing fine.
Does it sound like I've been doing heroin with Kurt Cobain and Machu Picchu?
Where have you been, dude?
Well, I went from Western Australia to Japan for Stab High.
We got to talk about this, dude.
Don't want to talk about it. Then I went. Then I was supposed to fly from Stab High to Western Australia to finish filming with the Rusty crew and then go back to California. And then the swells in Western Australia were huge and onshore. So I made a last minute decision to fly to Bali because the forecast has been insane. And we talked about possibly going to Indonesia to finish filming for this Rusty movie. So I just winged it. Got hooked up with Ulu Surf Villa's insane freaking cliffront villa. Me and Al Cleland Jr. fired it up for like 10 days, surfing our brains out, partying, just living the good life. And you know what? After little sleep and many days of doing backside bashes at Uluwatu and getting backside barrels, I have no voice and a whole lot of stories to tell.
Dude, the waves look pretty good. I saw a couple of your Instagram stories.
Dude,
it's pretty good.
I gotta send you this clip to put in the video. All time, as good as it gets, cookbook. Cooking Uluwatu. Like, perfect barrels on 6 different reefs all at once with no one out.
Wow. Where are you going now?
Going to the Mentawais. I booked a flight.
Oh.
Flight leaves in 4 hours.
A lot of rights in the Mentawais, right?
A lot of rights in the Mentawais.
You're stoked. So you'll be home maybe September or something.
Yeah, we'll be back in September.
Wait, were you out there last summer? Was that last summer when you filmed Milked?
Yeah, it was last summer.
Yeah. I thought so.
I mean,
Damn, time flies.
if you're trying to be a pro surfer, it's the most
I'm
conducive
not.
atmosphere to be in Indonesia. I know you're not trying to be a pro surfer, but if you're trying to score insane waves with a small budget
Yeah.
and get the
Yeah.
best surf footage of your life, Indonesia is the place to be.
Yeah.
It's been
I see
pumped.
that. So we got to talk about it, dude. I know you don't want to, but the fans are dying to know, and I'm dying to know too. But I'm going to be fully honest with you. So you're going to have to give me full details because I missed your heat, missed every time you surfed. I missed it, and then I saw that you and Rasta were not in the finals, or maybe Rasta made it to day two. I can't remember if he did or not. But then I just kind of tuned out after that. I wasn't even interested. But
Yeah. So
what
we
what's the
had
claim?
we had legends like Julian Wilson, Harry Bryant, Mason Ho, and many other big names in the heat draw. Chippa Wilson, Dion Agis, however you pronounce his name. And I had a couple insane free surf sessions before the event practicing. Landed like 90% of my airs. Went absolutely off in the practice sessions.
What
Like,
was that? What was that article that they posted that they gave you the highest percentage of winning the event out of everybody there?
so Stab Magazine interviewed every pro that was there and like other big names like Corey Lopez, Josh Kerr, Felipe Toledo, Al Cleland, Jake Marshall, a bunch of other CT surfers. And I was the top pick to win the event from my peers. So I was the favorite. And
Wow.
I just cracked under pressure. Day one of
You were-
competition, I just completely blew it. I didn't land a single air in the contest, and I fell on every single wave. Mind you, you only get 2 rights and 2 lefts in round one, and if you fall on all those, then you're out. You're done.
Is it not? Is it your top air? Just one air,
Yeah,
but the final was two.
yeah.
So
No, the
why do
final
you
ended
think?
up being top one air. They changed
Oh,
it
they moved it to
last
one. I
second.
think one's better because it's better for like what would I progression?
Yeah,
Because if there's two, then people aren't going to be going as big because they're going to be trying to stick something.
I agree.
Um, But why do you think that everyone picked you? Because they saw your Brazil clips that you dropped?
I think it was a combination of like they saw the clips I've dropped. They saw me doing like some
You're
of the
the cow,
biggest. I'm the cow, king
naturally.
of Waco,
Wave
and
pools.
oh yeah, there we go. Dude, I was landing insane airs in the practice, like doing finger flips, doing shove it's, doing huge indie grab floor outs, like going bigger than everyone, consistently landing everything, 1-footed backside airs, like, and so they saw that, and like a lot of people didn't really land anything in the practice, and then I think all that pressure, the combination of a lot of things just made me crumble.
Was it fully mental, or were you like 100% ready to rip physically, but you just, for some reason, it wasn't happening?
I think it was a combination of like a mental breakdown and a physical, like my body was fatigued and torched, and I've been in like traveling the last couple of weeks, surfing crazy slabs in West Oz, like wasn't stretching, wasn't doing yoga. Like, dude, I'm old, bro. I'm like 29 now, dude. My body's just like deteriorating by the minute. Like, it's about time I just hang it up and give it to the young bucks, bro.
You're still trying to tell guys you're 29?
Yeah, I am.
Gnarly.
We're getting in my 20s, dude. Let me have it.
You're not in your 20s, dude.
I'm 29. I don't turn 30 for
So,
another couple months.
dude, I saw this article recently, and it says that you aged 3 times rapidly in your life. The first time you age rapidly is like 36 years old.
Oh, so
So
I'm good.
picture what I'm experiencing.
Are you 36?
I'm 36, yeah.
Dude, don't believe everything you read, bro.
Dude, I feel good. I'm not gonna lie. I
You
feel
look good,
good.
dude. Hey, you look like
Thanks,
10
brother.
years younger with that buzz cut.
How gnarly is that? The only thing is it kind of shows the dream a little bit here, but other than that, we're living, boys.
Wait, dude, are we going to Turkey?
Yeah. Brand deal came through.
Shut up.
They're fully sponsoring you. Full deal. Hair replacement, Turkish barrels, Turkish airlines, Turkish cuisine. It's gonna be insane.
When are we
Now I
going?
haven't. I haven't heard from him.
Oh, fuck. You son of a bitch. You got me so excited, dude. I I think I do get insecure about like my hair thinning up here, but like
Let's take it back. Let me see what you're working with. Take it back. Like brush it back. Oh, you're fine, dude. You're just so thin, dude. Wow. I think I'd rather have the line. You know what though? It's part of life, brother. It's part of life.
yeah, it's all
So dude, I just remember when I used to do contests when I was a Grom. Like sometimes, like I'd be fully whatever. I'd be out there just surfing, having fun, getting scores. Other times, dude, I remember being so anxious that my body would almost shut down. And even if I got a good wave, and I was doing the turns, they just weren't good. They weren't powerful. I couldn't get on. Like I just felt like detached from the situation.
yeah.
But I don't know, dude. Contest surfing is so. It's been a while for me, but it's so weird, dude. I remember those days.
It's pretty nerve-wracking when you're sitting in a stadium, packed with people on the beach, packed with people up on the wall above you at Stab High, and it's super quiet before the wave, and then the machine fires up, and there's this like loud rumbling, like a freaking train's coming towards you, and then everyone's screaming, and they're yelling in Japanese, "Konnichiwa, babetela, blah blah blah, ine, arigato, Zeke from San Diego," and then like on top of that, not only was I nervous, I was dealing with like just an emotional breakdown of like, who am I? What am I doing in life? Like dealing with like ex-girlfriend drama, like inner
Whoa.
battle between like, am I a good guy or like, should I keep being a fuckwit and just like stirring the pot and like having fun and fucking around and like messing with people because like that's what I have fun doing is just like taking everything lightly and taking nothing seriously and like just being a dumbass, but just like making a joke of everything. And then it was just like, I was like, do I fight Mateus Hurdy? Do I tell him I love him? Do I play mind games with Julian Wilson? Do I not? I was like, before the heat, I was telling Julian Wilson because they had these short shorts. And we're going into year 2, Stab High, Japan. Year 1, Julian Wilson didn't land a single air. Year 2, Julian Wilson's going off. I'm like, yo, Jules, those shorts are getting shorter and shorter every year, buddy. What's up with that Nyjah shit, man? And his shorts were so short, dude. And he was all around. I was like, oh, thanks. Yeah, I like them short like that. I'm like, oh, fuck. He kind of like came at me with it. And it was just like,
So then that got in your head.
back out of my head. I'm like, fuck. I got in his head way
Dude,
easier last year. And then like Harry Bryant and I were like going back and forth all this shit. And it was just like, I wasn't my normal, witty, energetic, like quick with the comebacks. Like I was just off.
dude, first thing though that I gotta say is that Julian Wilson really cared about it, dude. I saw some of him on the webcast. He was like talking to the judges after his airs and stuff. Like he cared. So if
Yeah,
you don't care at this point, if you go there and you don't care, you're not gonna win.
I
Because
know.
guys on his level care about it, they're gonna win. People
Yeah.
like that. Did he make the final?
He made the final. I think he got second or third place.
Yeah, which is gnarly. That's
No,
a
I mean
gnarly name, dude.
Julian Wilson, dude.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's
Um,
insane.
so wait, why are you letting that go inside of your brain though? I don't get it.
I don't know, dude. You get sober and you turn soft. You get sober and you turn into a pussy. You care about women. Your feelings get to you. Your emotions arise, and you can't just like be the savage douchebag asshole that you used to be that just makes fun of people and just like burns people in the lineup and continues to like be the anti-hero, continues to be the villain. Like I don't know, I just got soft and like cracked, and the ex-girlfriend stuff just had me break down, and I was just like an emotional breakdown, all these emotions from like family dilemmas, family drama, girlfriend, ex-girlfriend shit, just like friend problems, just everything just ate away at my mind. And dude, if you're not there mentally, like you ain't gonna perform. You are
Dude,
not gonna rise to the occasion if you're not there mentally. You have to be as
so
strong as you possibly can mentally to rise to the occasion in those situations.
that's what, dude, there's a lot of like as I get further in my life, and that I wake up every day and this is still what I'm doing for a living. I have to make sure that I'm solid, because in the beginning it was whatever. I was vlogging, winging it, going, doing this,
Yeah.
doing that, whatever. And then after a while, you grow up, responsibility weighs on you, your life becomes real. And then I've gotten to the point where like I have to make sure that I'm mentally, physically, spiritually in check before I can go do anything. But you have to give yourself the time to do that, dude. You can't just keep going to the point where you destroy it. You just like let it all just eat you up. You know what I mean? Like you just got to be locked in before you go out and do anything. And dude,
Yeah.
it comes in the weirdest waves. I swear, as you get older, dude, it comes. The weirdest stuff will happen to you mentally, because it's an interesting ride that we're all on, dude. We all have an expiration date, and it's like this weird, like we're all out here, and you want to figure out like, is it about money? No. Is it about like, is it about feeling like you're content? Is it about feeling like you're got everything figured out? Is it about just going and being on an adventure the whole time? It's like continuous journey.
I
But
agree.
yeah, that
Most
sucks.
definitely.
But I feel like as long as you dust it off and move on, you're living
No,
whatever.
for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, like, dude, it's nothing in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, it mattered a lot to me. And I'm not gonna lie, like I was super pissed and upset and sad and just bummed, dude. That was like my event to win, and I was feeling so good, and so I was down on myself, but came to Indonesia and got humbled real quick. 8 foot of the Watu just pinned me to the bottom, smashed on the reef, cut up on my feet,
Do
cut
you
up
ever
on my
notice that
back.
like you ever notice that bad things come in packages?
What
Like
I'm saying, bro.
like
It's
you'll be having a terrible emotional day and then a physical thing will happen to you as well. That kind of thing.
last year has been like the craziest high highs and then like the gnarliest low lows, like emotionally, physically, and psychologically. And like you said, trying to like find that balance to where it's like I'm not like on top of the moon happiness wise over like materialistic things, and I'm not like super sad and bummed about trauma or grief, whatever it is. Like find that straight line of like contentment.
Stoicism. But there's nothing wrong with being stoked about. I think about this stuff though. There's nothing wrong with being stoked about a shallow thing for
Yeah,
a short period of time. You can't expect it to fulfill you, but like, let's say you go buy a new truck. Obviously, you're going to be stoked about it, and you have to let yourself feel that. You know what I mean? It's not. I feel like you can't completely just be like, oh no, I'm just going to like go that like spiritual route, because like you might think you want to do it, and I used to think like I thought I wanted to live in my van and have nothing, but then I'm like, well dude, that doesn't completely fulfill me, like being a husband fulfills me, being able to surf every day and surf for a living, that's what fulfills me. So, and then small prizes along the way, even if they are like materialistic or shallow, like that's okay to be stoked on that, I feel like.
I
But
agree, especially when you work
it,
hard to earn them.
yeah, totally. But it's I do feel you, because like the more that you live your life and I believe it's called stoicism. The more that you live your life and you don't allow negatives and positives to affect you that much. I've had situations like that when I feel like I'm so locked in that bad and good don't even affect me, because I'm just like, I know what I'm doing. Like my path is so clear. But
Yeah,
that's another thing I feel like happens in life too. Like my path hasn't been clear to me the whole time. Like sometimes I'm like, what am I? Why am I doing this? And then I have to question, why am I chasing this right now? Like, is this what I really want? And then you figure it out.
I
I don't
agree.
know.
I feel like I feel like there's been this like tug of war in my head between like who I am and who I want to be, and like being this like entertainer that's like this like asshole that the media portrays me to be, that's like funny and controversial and gets views, versus like this kind, caring, like I don't know, lovable like individual that wants to give back and like do things for others. And it's just like it, especially when you're hanging around with these like pro surfers and skaters like that's acting a fool and just like I don't know, we're so uneducated and just like live this rock star lifestyle. It just pulls me in like a toxic way. So it's this ongoing battle in my brain and in my mind, and I'll figure it out
Yeah.
eventually.
Well, I think like the main way to be the best version of yourself for the world is to just make yourself whole to yourself first. I would like not worrying about what's gonna make people think you're cool, what's gonna impress people, what's gonna make you money, what's gonna get you this, get you that. Like being like, what do I actually care about? And then if you can fulfill the things that you actually care about, then who gives a fuck about what anyone else thinks? But one thing I gotta tell you, dude, you gotta appreciate the fact that you made it into Stab High and that you had that opportunity to just be there. And maybe that was your lesson. Like,
Yeah,
whoa, I'm actually here. Like, I'm here. This is like I do deserve to be here. You know.
true.
So I mean, I
I
know
was,
it's hard because you always want to get more and more. But I feel like in life sometimes you have to step back and be like, whoa, that's pretty cool. I was in Stab High. Like that's
dude,
rad. You know what
it's
I mean?
crazy, bro. Like looking back at like, that's why I'm grateful to like be a YouTuber because like, yeah, when you put it that way, I was looking back at like the beginning of our YouTube video from this Stab Eye, and I'm like rocking up, hugging Coco Ho, dapping up Harry Bryant, like catching up with Mason Ho, like having 20-minute conversation with Julian Wilson and Ballroom Stack and Pedro Barros. Like, dude, my idols, some of the best like
Yeah.
action sports athletes of all time. And dude, like surfers that I've been watching for over a decade, dude. Like childhood me, like 16-year-old me, 14-year-old me is like losing it inside. Like I watched Julian Wilson and like what was it? The Quicksilver, like what was the Grom movie?
The Young Guns.
Young Guns, dude. That had to have been like 2008 or some shit, dude. Like almost 20 years ago, dude. And like I watched all of Julian Wilson's movies, Scratching the Surface. I watched all of his movies, all of his competitions, and like was a fan. And I'm a fan of the sport. And like to be a peer and to be a part of an event like that with all of those icons and legends, like I didn't even feel worthy, bro. Like, and so I, it's a blessing. Like, and I should just be grateful for that. And I am. And like to have made finals and Stab High last year, it's like I cemented my place in those events. So it's like I know I deserve to be there, and I'm gonna work hard and get back to a place where I feel confident and like capable, and prove them all wrong in the next event. So Stab
Well,
High,
that's
October in Australia, Sydney, Australia, on the Wave
oh
Garden
no way.
technology.
Oh, and that's a different wave, dude. By the way, for me personally, I love the wave garden. Like I've actually
Yeah,
never even surfed the air section, but I can still do airs off the barrel section. Like if you just race the barrel,
yeah,
and dude, it is so. I love that section compared to like the section at the one in Munich that I was at. Like it's cool. Don't
yeah.
get me wrong, but it would take me a little bit of time to get used to the Munich one. But the Wave Garden, I think it's sick. But that's
It's
totally different, dude. Could be interesting.
totally different. I'm pretty excited, and I think you and I might even get a chance to test the new Wave Garden technology in Virginia Beach in the next couple weeks. I don't know if I'm
Is that
allowed
what
to.
guys are claiming?
I don't know if I'm allowed to release that information, but I'll get back to you soon. July,
Dude,
we may or may not be testing a brand new wave pool, the biggest and best wave pool in America.
that's actually amazing that this wave pool's coming. But dude, I gotta reminisce about something. You know, um damn, I totally forgot. Dude, I'll come back to it though. But
Okay.
there's a
So,
point in time there's a point in time when someone gave me some wisdom and I have to remember exactly what he said before I bring it up. But
okay,
I
can I
think
talk
I think
about
you would like it.
how
Bring it
special it
on.
was hanging out with
Absolutely.
Al Cleland the last 10
Oh
days here in
yeah.
Bali?
Dude, he's the best.
So, Al Cleland is the last rock star left on the WSL World Tour. Like, he is the embodiment of Andy Irons. Like, every athlete on that WSL World Tour wanted Al Cleland to make the cut because of the energy and the vibe that he brings. But also, the back half of the year has the most like critical, gnarly, just of consequence
So
waves.
Al didn't make the cut.
He did.
I thought he did. Okay, good.
He
good.
made the cut, and then
At Margaret's.
at Margaret River. And dude, it was a long shot away. And I guess rumor has it he was partying in Bells Beach before his heats, partying in Burley Heads before his heats, showed up to his like round one heat, like still drunk in the morning, smoked Jack Robinson, smoked a couple other guys, made a couple heats, went into Margaret River, needed a big result. Everyone was rooting for him. He was partying with us, the Rusty crew, the night before because we had a couple events. And he's just the man, dude. Nothing but good vibes, fun times. He was hanging with Noah Dean and the whole Rusty crew before his heat in Margaret River. And then went out and made the round of 16 or round of 32 heat. Came in and they said, you made the cut. That heat made the cut. And he like broke down in tears, crying. Being the first surfer from Mexico to ever qualify on the World Tour. It was special, dude. He didn't want to like end it after half a year on tour. And without even surfing Chopu and Fiji and lowers and J-Bay and all these impactful waves on the back half. So now he inked himself a spot, not only in the rest of 2025, but the rest of 2026. Full year on tour in
Is the cut's gone?
Al's on, dude.
Is the cut gone in
Cut's
2026?
gone. Cut's
Sick.
gone. 2026.
Dude, so yeah, man, not only is Al super cool, like such a nice guy, but he is such raw talent and just
Yeah.
brings such a different flair, dude. Like, and when he digs
Yeah.
a little deeper and gets more confident in competition in the future, dude, he's gonna be the gnarliest guy.
I
He
agree.
is just
He's
gnarly.
so good in heavy waves. I saw that
Yeah.
firsthand at Lawatu. Go look at some of his clips on Instagram. He was so gnarly, like in these backside barrels that were fast and tricky and technical. And dude, he's just a character, and like he's just true to himself. Like all these other
Yeah.
people on tour are kind of like media trained, and like they like stick to themselves with their coaches and their chef, and they don't leave their house. And it's like Al's for the people, dude. He's out hanging out with the boys, like having a good time and just taking in every moment, dude. And to me, that's special because a lot of these surfers on the world tour, dude, they take it too seriously and they're not having fun, and they forget like the whole reason why we're in this sport is to have fun with our friends and create memories that'll last a lifetime. And so that's what I'm grateful for, getting to spend that time with Al and really create some good memories, score some insane waves, stack some sick clips, and yeah, we got some good YouTube videos with him coming up. So it's pretty cool to get him on
Sick.
camera.
That's sick. I'm stoked for that. Yeah,
It's,
dude, that's a good point, dude. It's easy to forget that like you're living the life that you always wanted. Like that happens to me too. I'll be like bummed about something and I'll turn around and be like, "Wait a second. This is my dream life. What am I talking about? Like why would I ever like I'm here because I want to do this, not because anyone's making me, not for money, not for anything else. Like I'm here because this is what I wanted and now I've made it here and I can't be crying over it, dude. Like this is it. This is the moment. But it's a that's cool, dude. I'm excited to watch your vlogs. He's I mean pretty much I would say my favorite surfer on tour, but I will say the Jordy Smith thing that's going on right now is pretty inspiring, dude. It's pretty sick.
Jordy
I
Smith
can't you
is the
can't not
man.
love it, dude.
And I could be wrong, but Jordy Smith started like a non-alcoholic beer company called like Keeps Normal. I don't think he drinks anymore.
Oh, really? Interesting.
So if
I didn't
that's
know that.
true, respect Jordy.
Yeah, that's sick. But so Jordy is the oldest competitor on the WSL World Tour. He's been on the tour since what year? 2015 or 2010 or something like.
Yeah, like no, like 2010. I can look it up right now. But he also hadn't won an event in like 8 years.
But he came on tour. He won the what they called the WQS back in the day, which is the Challenger Series now. He won that. He won like the ISA Worlds. He won like everything. And then remember he came on tour with no sponsor and there was like a bidding war over him. And he at the time he was
2007, he won
holy
the
cow.
World Qualifying Series.
There it is. So the year I graduated high school. That's nuts.
He was on
And
tour
then
in 2008.
he didn't have a sponsor because Billabong dropped him because he was wearing like Nike shorts or something at a contest or something. But then he was the highest paid surfer on tour or maybe Slater was getting paid more, but he had a crazy story, and then he kind of just never quite lived up to his hype, I feel like. But now seeing him do this, like, dude, in my head, if he makes it to top 5 in Fiji, he's probably gonna win.
He was 19 years old, qualifying for the World Tour, and he was sued by Billabong for $500,000. He was sponsored by Billabong, and he got sued by Billabong for $500,000. There's a story about it on Stab Magazine, how surfers get paid, but basically, it was a handshake deal that his dad made with the Billabong CEO before Jordy had all this success, and Billabong was paying him like pennies. So he
Yeah.
ripped the sticker off, competed in events, filmed video parts like his iconic Stranger Than Fiction part in 2006 and 7, and came out in 2007 or 8. And he ended up getting served paperwork at the U.S. Open while he was doing the qualifying series
Wow.
for $500,000 lawsuit by Billabong, and his dad had to sell his house to pay for it. And then he signed a deal with, there was a bidding war between like Quicksilver, Hurley, and O'Neill, I think it was, or Quicksilver Nike. I think you're right. It was Nike and O'Neill, and those other companies bowed out when they found out about the lawsuit. And he signed with O'Neill, made a good amount of money, and the rest is history. But he was riding his board with 0 stickers on the nose for a couple big events and a couple clips in the Stranger Than Fiction movie. So pretty crazy.
It's crazy to see him go from the guy to underdog, and now he has the underdog story, and like like I see him as an underdog, like such a long shot, but like
Yeah,
look what he's doing. And I feel like he has the fans right now, like
I
people are
agree.
stoked on, not only are they stoked on him, they're also stoked on Julian too. So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
And dude, Josh Kerr, 41 years old,
I can't wait till he qualifies.
winning heat on twin fin at the Challenger
Dude,
Series event in Newcastle right now, smoking guys half his age.
you know he's gonna qualify, right?
Yeah, I know.
He knows how to do it. Like
I
he
know.
knows how to, and he doesn't have any pressure. Like
And he's
that's gonna be epic, dude.
gonna show his daughter how to do it. Him and Sierra are gonna be the first ever father-daughter duo on the world tour.
So now if there's no cut, that means there's 32 guys. Is that how many guys are on?
Pretty sick.
And so 22 qualified officially, and then 10 are gonna come from the challenger. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wild. What's your claim?
My claim is Julian Wilson, Josh Kerr, Kolohe Andino,
This is
Morgan
gonna get heavy.
Morgan Sibilic, Nolan Raposa, and Finn McGill all qualify for the World Tour in 2026, amongst a couple other names. But
So that W or the challenger pipe contest is gonna be a wrench in the gears, dude. That's nuts.
pretty sick.
What was the stat? Like they had some article about it on WSL. I only saw the title, but um I'm stoked to see that. And that is essentially gonna determine that's in the winter, but right before the tour starts, right? Like the end of
Yeah.
the challenger.
So this is actually the longest break in World Tour history. The ASP and WSL World Tour has a break after the final 5 in like September, all the way up until like March or April when they start up again.
So they're going back to the old format, kind of.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. How's my producer?
Is he out? Yeah. He was way too stoked when we first started filming. He's too stoked, dude. I knew he was gonna fall asleep. Are we
Oh,
that boring?
yeah. Oh no, he had headphones in.
That's a riot, dude.
He was
Uh,
fell asleep with his phone in his hand. He was
so
watching some.
what are you? You're probably not gonna be able to do anything when you're in the Metawaz, right? Not enough service.
Wade Carmichael said that we might have Starlink.
Oh, nice, dude. I was thinking this too. Like, you could film yourself with your camera, and we could talk on the phone and I could film myself with my camera, and we could just have a phone call, and then the phone call's the audio, and the cameras are the video.
That would work.
So it's something. But then you'd have to send me the video somehow.
Okay, I'm down.
But
We're gonna have a lot to talk about because I'm going on a Mentawais boat trip, my first ever Mentawais boat trip with Wade Carmichael, Letty, Ollie, and Zoe, the Rusty crew, filming for this new movie.
nice,
Pretty like
nice.
amazing opportunity. We're gonna be in like the middle of nowhere, in islands where like there's nobody, with some of the best waves in the world, with an insane film crew. Like I'm like ecstatic for this opportunity, but I do get motion sickness, so I might be like seasick for like a week.
Dude, I have a pair of those glasses, dude. They have like liquid in them on the sides, and like no matter what, let me show them to you. Hold on one second. Dude, they're insane. You got to get a pair.
I have like this like wrist thing that's supposed to help.
So, dude, I got these in Alaska when I was on the boat trip. They freaking. So, like, if you tilt your head this way, the horizon in the glasses stays straight. Like,
Shut the
no matter what. Dude, no matter what, when you're on the boat, like, you think the horizon's straight.
You're right there, dude.
So, you believe that the horizon's straight, and they have it on the side. So, absolute dreaming. But you got to get a pair.
I'm gonna try and get a pair.
So you're going to be scoring perfect blue water tubes while I'm driving down to Florida and surfing muddy ferry waves in the middle of
Are you
southeastern marshes.
what? You're going to the ferry wave?
I'm going to a couple novelty waves. I just have like, dude, I have this novelty bucket list, as you could imagine, of ways that I haven't got, and every time I go up and down the coast, I always try to score them, but they don't always happen. But dude, when you get home, when are you coming home, you think?
After this Mentawais boat trip.
Are we gonna do Texas tanker surfing? Dude, let's go. We talk about it every year and we never do it.
I'm going to Texas June 22nd.
Or
Swatch Nines.
okay. Well, if you want to do it after that week, like early July, and you're still out there, let's see if we can line it up.
Actually, that event's only 2 days, 22nd, 23rd. So, are you available end of June?
Maybe.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
I'll hit you up.
What about
But
what's next for you? You got any big trips coming up?
I'm just doing the Florida road trip. Doing that, coming home, and then I have a trip that I could tell you about when we're not podcasting, maybe at the end of June.
Yeah.
But doing the Florida trip, premiering the movie June 14th, Ohana Surf Shop in Stuart, Florida. Gonna be at International Surfing Day, Amelia Island, Florida, June 21st. Bunch of novelty ways in between that, and then coming home, going on that trip I was just mentioning, and then I'm kind of back home in July. So if we want to do anything,
Bro,
we can make it happen.
I got hit up to premiere our new movie Milked that we made last year when here in Indonesia. We premiered it the other night. Was that last night? Here in Bali. Huge turnout, dude. Like
Really?
insane turnout of over 350 people at the Prem.
At the Prem.
Like
They were.
going loony, dude. Packed crowd watching our clips from Indonesia, and look at all the crowd.
Oh, they were psyched.
Insane turnout, dude. And my buddy that I met in Rhode Island with you. Do you remember Raised by Summer Studios? He filmed a couple clips of us.
Yeah, that kid. What's his first name?
Jam. Well, Jacob Manning is his name, but he goes by Jam.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
So I met him that trip with you. Then I saw him in Hawaii filming Shane Sykes. I invited him to come film Stab High because it was a quick flight to fly him from Hawaii to Stab High. He killed it, was just a go-getter, hard worker. Asked him if he wanted to come to Bali. We flew from Stab High here to Bali. This kid is unlike anybody I ever met, man. He's gone out like 12 nights in a row, Somehow, like, gets a different girl every night. And we're sharing, like, a room. So, a twin bedroom. Twin beds. He's bringing back girls. I'm asleep. He's bringing back girls in this twin bed. And look at this man. Just...
Oh my god, dude, that looks like a living hell for me. You're classic, dude.
And, dude, I thought he was, like, a mellow Rhode Island. He's 30. He's about to be
Yeah.
31.
Yeah.
Mellow kid from Rhode Island who's 30. Kid's loose.
Got to Bali and just got off the chain.
Pretty much just went full OTC.
Wait, that's the guy. That's not the guy that you're with right now, though. That's a different guy.
No, this is my producer. That's my filmer and editor.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I got a whole
Full
team with me right now. What?
Yeah. Full production team.
Yeah. The other kid's like downstairs with a girl, so I'm sleeping with this guy tonight.
Epic.
Wake him up, ready?
Dude, you're right.
Fuck. Couldn't get him. Hold on.
Dude, he's out.
Hey, yo, buddy.
He's stoked.
You made...
It's fucking 3:10 in the morning over here.
What time's your guys' flight?
I was trying to wake you up. It's 3 in the morning. My flight's at 6 a.m. So as soon as we wrap up this podcast in 10 or 20 minutes, I'm going to head to the airport.
We can wrap it. Let's wrap it.
All right.
Let's call it, boys.
We got a lot to talk about in the next couple
Safe
episodes.
travels. Good talking to you, dude.
I know. I missed you, bro. It's been a while.
Yeah, dude. Well, good luck with everything. Enjoy the trip. Hit me up whenever. Peace.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks for following, everybody. Everyone who's viewing, we have no idea how many subs we have. We have no idea what's going on. We're not podcasters anymore, but maybe we're back. We'll see.
We're back. You're back. We're
All
back.
right, thanks, everyone.
Hey,
Peace out.
everybody's gonna watch this shit.
We're back.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Zeke. Later. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.